Hello guys, welcome to the second episode of CVE, or My Collage of Fictional Characters. Hedgehog from SEGA, a title of the curvy balls that are portrayed to be the strongest in Sonic, featuring Sonic the Hedgehog and his robot clone Doppelganger Metal Sonic. Well anyways, I have a special guest.
Well, what's up, punks? Cartoon Cat 3A5.Eshay told me to sponsor in today's video, so I will help him do some research and ask some questions. So if you have some questions, feel free to ask him it too, not just the uploader of this video.
Well, one of them is a natural living character while the other is a man-made robot, probably like you, special guest.
Cartoon Cat 385.Eshay. Don't flatter me though, I mean I'm not 100% man-made though.
Well, I wasn't directly comply-acting you though. Well, with this out of the way, let's start off with Sonic the Hedgehog. Sonic the Hedgehog is portrayed to be one of the most fastest, if not the fastest thing alive.
Well, so does that mean he's even faster than outer-versal beings that transcend the concepts of space and time too? Not just the ones that transcend any number of spaces and one dimension of time.
I will get to that at the end of the video, once a combatant wins. Well, Sonic also fights and tries to save the world from Dr. Eggman, and most of the time he succeeds. Pretty nice. His most iconic feats are mainly speed feats. At his slowest, he can break sound barriers in seconds. And he got 765 miles in just an hour. Well, pretty nice running, huh?
Oh wow, his shoes are pretty much blowing today, huh?
And not to mention, he's not only fast on his speed, but he can also curl up into a ball too and destroy his opponents with a spin dash.
And he can also increase his speed with Spin Dash BTW.
And also during his adventures, he has used a variety of shields to improve his abilities. Each shield can deflect attacks and have environmental advantage, though they will disintegrate if an attack have enough attack potency to destroy the shields.
The fire shield can absorb fire and heat, although it will disintegrate in water. With it, Sonic can use a fiery dash attack. The lightning shield can't survive in aquatic environments either, but it gives Sonic the ability to jump or higher for aerial control. And why do we keep mentioning water, if you may ask? Well, it's because Sonic couldn't swim.
Sonic Ultimate Power-Up? This isn't a shield at all after absorbing thousands of rings in his adventures. He is the literal embodiment of chaos, and he also uses the Chaos Emeralds too, achieving the form of Supersonic. With the form of Supersonic, he can fly, he can't tire out, he can breathe underwater, and is completely invulnerable. He also has a 1000% increase in power and speed, and yes, a 1000x multiplier, but if Supersonic gets hit out of this form,
well then Sonic would go back to base, but restarts with full power instead of base power though.
Well, regardless, Sonic has been always risking his life to save the world from characters, especially for robots and demigods.
He's kind of a dick. Sonic's cocky, arrogant, and addicted to action. He gets cranky and unstable when he's cooped up for long, and if you ignore him, yeah, he's leaving you.
But however, despite all of that, he'd do whatever he could to save the day.
Ooh, I like to hang, but I got a juice.
In Eggman's base, a scientist by the name of Dr. Eggman wanted to rule the whole world, but is always stopped by a blue hedgehog named Sonic. Due to the many times of getting beat by Sonic, Dr. Eggman created a robot called Metal Sonic.
He's even got music to play around.
But wait, Metal Sonic is made out of metal though, right?
Aw, that's cool too.
To contend with his rival, Metal Sonic was built to reach and maintain intense amounts of speed.
And unlike most of Eggman's creations, this one actually succeeded. He was one of the few characters to give Sonic a hard time. Metal Sonic also outscales Infinite, Solaris, and the Time Eater. Solaris at the lower end scales above the Egg Salamander, which scales above the Egg Wizard, who scales above Imaginary World, a fourth-dimensional construct. So from all of this, the Egg Wizard would be Fifth-dimensional. The Egg Salamander would be sixth-dimensional. Solaris would be seventh-dimensional. And due to the fact the Time Eater is after Solaris, he would be eighth-dimensional. Infinite is stronger than both Solaris and the Time Eater, making Infinite ninth-dimensional, and Metal Sonic is stronger than Infinite, making Metal Sonic 10th-dimensional.
But we can get him higher though, remember Sonic Boom String Theory? Sonic Boom, an alternative universe of the games, contains String Theory, which is 11th dimensional, and Super String Theory, which is 10th dimensional. And also, speaking of earlier, the same characters would outscale this 2-1-DH construct.
Metal Sonic can also block attacks with the Force Field. use Magnum Overdrive, and can even dodge attacks by Knuckles, Amy, and even Espio at the same time.
Metal Sonic can also shoot laser beams out of his chest and can even copy the chinks of other characters.
Although his biodata copying hacks has limits, he did copy Knuckles' Ground Slam, Silver's ESP, and even Shadow's Chaos Control though. Yup, Metal Sonic can use Chaos Control without a Chaos Emerald.
Metal Sonic can even block Shadow's Chaos Spears with his force field and even Silver's ESP too. And just like Sonic, who can transform into Super Sonic, Metal Sonic, if have enough power to do so, can transform into Neo Metal Sonic, a much stronger, faster, and overall beyond his base self. Yes, although his Super Neo form requires Chaos Emeralds.
Unlike most Sonic characters who uses the Chaos Emeralds, Metal Sonic instead uses the Master Emerald, which is above the Chaos Emeralds. Metal Sonic in his Overlord, Super Neo, or even Neo forms utilizes the power of the Master Emerald. This robot really does have the nuts.
And also not to mention that Metal Sonic is consistently on par with Sonic throughout the whole series in both power and speed.
Or Metal Sonic can even be faster, who knows?
All living things kneel before your master.
Alright, the characters are set. Let's end this debate once and for all.
What's up, Faker? Do you know who I am? All right. Time for me to finish this.
Fight! Chaos Control! Chaos Control!
boom, with the rocket hitting the blue Hedgehog and this huge dragon thingy land in the last blow.
Sonic was a worthy character in this fight, but Metal Sonic simply scaled higher and is better equipped in this battle, Sonic being the fastest video game character. But remember, that only applies to other fictional characters, not one speedy robot that was meant to surpass him.
The Chaos Emeralds would boost up your power and speed, right? The Master Emerald does the same, but way more due to the fact that Master Emerald is higher than the Chaos Emeralds. So menuing Metal Sonic would be faster than Sonic.
And not to mention that the only time Sonic could beat Metal Sonic is for two reasons. One being is because Metal Sonic had his guard down. Number two being plot armor. Just like what happened in the Metal Overlord boss fight in Shadow Generations.
And speaking of this, in Forces, Metal Sonic is stronger than Infinite, who already gave Sonic trouble even if he had chances of defeating him in the IDW comics. Super Neo Metal Sonic had Sonic and Knuckles down, while Metal Overlord had all three Sonic, Knuckles, and Shadow down, and also while Metal Overlord was fighting the whole Resistance. Just like what happened between Super Neo Metal Sonic and Shadow, Metal Sonic again had his guard down. And also for your question, bro, yes, probably yes. There are outerversal video game characters, and if Sonic is faster than them, then yeah, Sonic is running beyond concepts like space, time, speed, distance, and many more.
Although Sonic is fast Hunter's pretty good here, Metal Sonic had the better arsenal, like the Master Emerald, got biodata copying, and is even faster than Sonic.
Which is why Metal Sonic is the winner. Yo, man, you hoping for Metal Sonic to do good at Sonic Movie 4?
I for sure am.